Hello people, my name is Alter Reaper and as promised, here's the Q&A video. Don't mind the Shovel Knight footage in the background, I didn't know what else to put. Also, forgive me if I butcher some of your names, especially with my bitch-ass voice and this bitch-ass microphone. That's not even a real microphone. Anyway, I don't know what else to say, so let's just hop right into it. But I guess I should mention that most of my answers are scripted because I already thought of them, though I may add some extra improvised answers. Alright, let's do this. The first question I got was from the one and only Triple A, who asked, "Wanna work on a project together?" Damn. For the first question, it's already tough. I thought about this for a while and I'm probably gonna have to say no. Now, I know if we do work together, it would be a learning experience to better my future projects, but for now, I probably won't be working together with anyone until I feel like my game making skills are improved and less throwing a bunch of shit together until things start to work. But I really appreciate the offer, especially coming from you. The next questions are all related to me making a new fan game, so I'll just compile them here. The first one comes from the Carton, who asks, "Are you going to make a game relating to Unbreakable slash Vegaful? That'd be cool to see." The second question comes from Newt, who asks, "Will you do anything with any more fan games, maybe Vegaful or Timeless?" And the third question comes from Mooman, who asks, "Is Fearless Reverse Fight?" For Unbreakable and Vegaful, maybe I will once I actually play those games, just so I actually know the characters and how they work, since the closest thing I have to either of those is the Seaman Shuffle game. This probably won't happen for a long time though. As for Timeless, I've said it in a reply on my Game Jolt, but one of my future games is going to involve Frank Bombard. And as for his Fearless, I have absolutely zero idea on what it's about, except for his Nitro Red parody that Triple A made, so probably never. Alright, the next question comes from Francis, who asks, "Who's your favorite Jersey head?" I'm gonna be the most basic of all bitches and say it's Arnold. Loved his fight, his battle theme, and his perspective mod is what made me want to make mods of my own in the first place. If I had to choose someone other than him though, then it'd probably be Anaconda. I find it pretty funny how in Painful you abuse the hell out of the oil dub and fire combo, and in Pointless, you're the victim of the combo. His fight is also kind of challenging, and modern day Ouroboros is such a banger. Just like him, haha, sorry. The next question comes from Internet Freak, who asks, "What's your favorite Lisa fan game slash fan mod and why?" Oh, this one's easy. It's Hopeful, obviously. Made 3 games all with heart in it, made a bunch of character fan arts, and while the gameplay just revolves around using the same strategy over and over again, I don't really care. I just want to see big numbers of damage on the enemies. The story hit me hard too. Now, I'm assuming all of you have played Hopeful, but if you don't, then just skip to this timestamp. Okay, the fact that your friends die got me the most, Lances especially. I was very attached to them, and it was sad to see the group break apart because, well, they're dead. Now, of course, I'm probably known as the Scholar of the Wilbursian guy, and as much as I like that mod, Hopeful is just more special to me, and frankly, I can't wait for the sequel to be released. Or rather, I can wait because it's gonna take a long time. The next question comes from first name last name, who asks, "How did you go about balancing the fights, and what tips do you have for those who want to make fan games like this?" I'm gonna be honest, balancing is my least favorite part when making these games. It's essentially just figuring out if you or your enemy's attacks deal too little or too much damage, and then try to make it fair, or maybe changing the frequency of inflicting status effects. It's pretty much a tedious process of trial and error to find the right, well, balance in all of those things. And regarding tips, I'd say interact with the community, especially on Discord servers. Some people there should be experienced in RPG Maker to be able to help you. The Lisa Wiki has a page on Fanworks, and the links to the Discord servers should be there. And don't be afraid to Google stuff up that you want to have in your game, but you don't know how to add them. And if you don't get any results that you wanted, as I said before, ask people. And finally, when you think your game is done, have some people test it out first. Who knows if you missed a bug, or maybe they want the cutscenes or battles to be made better? Oh yeah, that's another thing. Don't be afraid to take criticism. If you want your game to be the best it can be, changes have to be made. It may hurt a bit for you to have worked on something for so long, only for people to want it to change, but believe me, it'll be better in the long run. I hope there's no irony in there regarding my own game development. Anyway, the ending to Heart's perspective, I almost didn't make it the way it is simply because I had planned it to be something different. That something different being that Heart walks towards the door, disappears, and credits immediately plays. This might sound familiar to those who played Arnold vs. Hart and lost the battle. Anyway, after discussing it with some people, I changed it to the way it is currently, and I'm even more proud of it than what I had planned before. So in summary, don't be afraid to ask around, search stuff up, and have people test your game. I said I'm proud of making a rape scene. Anyway, that was a long one, let's move on. The next question comes from Walker Bolton, who asks, do you get to play other games in your free time? If so, what games do you play? Well, as you can see from this background footage, I play Shovel Knight. I also completed Persona 5 Royal and Strikers this year, which took a very long time. I started in March and finished probably a few weeks ago. Though lately I haven't played much since I was, making my own games. Some other games I don't really know where to put because I haven't played them in a while or I haven't gotten the time to actually play them are the main series Pokemon games, the 3D Ace Attorney games, Persona 4 Golden, and I guess Friday Night Pumpkin, but ever since all mods became fucking boring, I stopped playing. When will we have a full week for Heart? Anyway, that's probably it. Yeah, my list of games isn't a lot, but hey, as long as I get to enjoy them. The next question comes from Heath Hamilton, who asks, what's something you wish to do fan game wise, but you feel you're not skilled enough yet to do? Probably making sprites. The animations I did for Heart and his game was just a jumbled mess of already existing stuff. You might notice that Wayne looks like Carp, Barry looks like Dairy, I didn't even realize their name sounded simpler, and Buster looks like Soul Crab. Although I didn't actually make Ethan's animations by myself, except for his smoke 'em out move. Are they good sprites? Probably not. Here, I'll show you on a bigger scale. Yep. So anyway, yeah, making sprites is something I really want to do, but I'm shit at actually making them. Although, this probably doesn't even apply to Lisa. All my games so far has been projects that I did for fun in hopes to entertain you all, thus I didn't put much effort on things I knew I wasn't skilled enough on. But this will apply to my future non-Lisa fan games, as I'm hoping to just be a solo developer for that one. You might be thinking, Alter, are you insane? If you're gonna make a full game, even if it's a fan game, you will need a team. And yeah, that's fair, but this won't happen for a long time since right now all I've done for those games are writing stuff in notes, like the dialogue or balance changes. I have plenty of time to refine these until I can make that fan game. And you might notice that I haven't mentioned what I'm even gonna make a fan game of. Well, that's something only a select few people know about. Just know that it isn't Lisa. To summarize, I want to make sprites, but I'm not skilled enough. But this shouldn't matter for my Lisa games because they're just short passion projects, but it should matter for my future non-Lisa games because I plan to do all, well, probably most of the work. The next question comes from Fyrak, who asked, a lot, what do you think is the worst Lisa game? What's your opinion on Ungrateful? Do you think Grateful will ever be finished or is it cursed to be forever thrown away by its creators? Well, since I have no idea what to answer for the last two questions, I'll say something about those first. I haven't played that many Lisa fan games honestly, so I can't form an opinion for Ungrateful because I haven't played it. As for Grateful's development, well, I don't know either, but if Pointless can take this long for an updated version, then maybe Grateful will have a chance to be released. Okay, back to the first question. The worst fan game I've ever played was Joyful Arcantos. I don't know if this was one of the earliest Lisa fan games ever made, but if it is, then it really shows. The first problem is that there is no sign that you have to go to the right of the list to go to Arcantos. So the first time I played it, I fought Yado with Gary the Hot Soup in my party. After finding the guide that leads you to Arcantos, there's a boss rush minigame where you can actually have Buzzo in your party. And these boss rush are kind of fun at the beginning, but at the end, it's so tedious. Then after you get to Arcantos, I had no idea where to go because there's a bunch of areas to explore. Oh yeah, have I talked about the game balance yet? Because this is a fan game of Joyful, you play as Buddy. And I fucking hate Buddy, both story-wise and gameplay-wise. After Rando leaves your party, you're all alone, meaning that every fight is just gonna be you spamming your strongest attack, one that you have to time properly in order to deal actual damage. The late game enemies have massive health and every fight feels like a chore. And I don't think I even ended the game properly, because I ended up going back to Isolator, fought Yado, and get the normal Joyful ending, because I had no fucking clue where to go. Oh, and not to mention, my experience was in normal mode. God, I can't imagine what it felt to have played it in pain mode. To summarize, don't play Arcantos, and I have no idea about Ungrateful or Grateful. And that's the only questions I got, the serious ones at least. Anyway, I never expected this Q&A to be super successful, but hey, at least I did get some questions. So for the rest of the video, I'll just be talking about what I plan to do with this channel. I've made a list of videos I want to make in the order that I want to make them, and I'm not going to tell you what they are, obviously. Well, except for the one that I'll be making after this video, which is playing however you wanna call them. I'll be playing the rest of their games that I haven't played, and also replaying Lovely Showdown in its newest version. I know I've said multiple times that I don't want to play it ever again, but you know what? I can give second chances. And look, their most recent fan game is a fan game of my fan game, which makes it a fan game of a fan game of a fan game. Well, actually, Heart's Perspective is technically a fan game of Hopeful and Joyful, which is a fan game of Hopeful, making Vessel Aspect actually a fan game of a fan game of a fan game of a fan game. Do the words fan game not sound real to you yet? Anyway, while this is kind of spoiling my other future videos, I'm only going to say the premise and not what I'm actually going to do. Sometime in the future, I want to make challenge runs of Lisa. You know how Pokemon has an abundance of challenge run content, such as Nuzlocke or only using one Pokemon throughout the entire game, etc, etc. I want to try and emulate that in Lisa. Not for any good reason besides the fact that I want to play Lisa in a different way. And who knows, maybe someone unfamiliar with the series stumbles upon those videos, and they get interested in Lisa. And one more thing, I still have that new game I want to make. I may also make some shitposts in RPG Maker, just like this one, who knows. I would also like to say that maybe sometime in the far future, I may stop uploading on this channel because I want my main to be, well, my main. Either that or it's the reverse. I stop uploading there and only make content here. But that's saying I'll be making videos on something other than Lisa, which goes against what I put on my blog page. This is just a thought for now. I haven't really planned to stop uploading on either of my channels, so don't worry. I'm still going to be here for now. Though I haven't uploaded on my main channel anyway. So to summarize, I got big plans for the future. No matter how long it may take me, I will do it. Oh yeah, I'd also like to mention that until I make those challenge run videos, I probably won't use my voice in my videos again, because it sucks. I got a stupid voice with an even stupider microphone. Well, that's all I have to say. Until next time, goodbye.